They trusted us landing on Evrana. There's no reason to expect Earth won't be hospitable. They welcome all sorts of aliens. Not carnivores. You should have seen the looks the Lassian generals gave me when I explained that if we reached out a few decades earlier, the entire galaxy would have wished us killed. Dustin's kind assimilated those same species, with hostile intentions toward us, into their coalition's ranks. He can say the threats are diplomatic, but there is nothing more dangerous than prejudice. I'll agree with that, the human said from behind us, causing... Sorry to intrude. I wanted to brief you on some technology and my plans for the tour. Haliska trundled up to our huddle sheepishly. I know I've said it before, but I apologize for my behavior at the feast. You shouldn't have had to grapple with this so soon, and it's because of my weakness, my failure to handle this like we all prepared for and agreed upon. With what happened to the Thafki, and our habits bringing you reminders of that, I can understand, I answered. If I had known, I would have made sure that feast never happened. The last thing we wanted was to put you at the center of negative attention, all because you were under duress during a happy occasion. You're polite, Doctor, but it's your planet, your culture. I thought I was over it from videos and simulations, but in person, with all the sensory input, my mind betrayed me. I failed my entire team and left them to cover for me. I also wandered on your world without permission. All I can say is how deeply ashamed and regretful I am. They were going to find out sooner or later, Hallie, Nulia chimed in. It was inevitable if they were ever to meet the other SC members. General Naltor, I sympathize with your anxieties, but we haven't brought you to the galaxy's beating heart to hurt you. Dustin bobbed his head. You might be on our world, but if you need anything at all, just ask. You're not helpless. We're taking you to Embassy Row in Vienna so that you can catch a glimpse of many different species. We hope Bissums will open your own in due time. Know you're welcome and safe here. The humans are proud of the friends they've acquired. This is much like the feast the Bissums threw for us by intention, Haliska commented. It is. We've made arrangements in an absolutely top-notch, luxurious hotel, brought in chefs tailored to suit your exact palates, and brought in float beds, tight boxes, and smooth beds, much nicer than the economical options we added here. If you're not careful, you might just enjoy yourself, Naltor. The Selmer scowled. I doubt that. This isn't a vacation. It could be. Don't worry. I won't tell anyone what you were up to. You can act dutiful with your superiors. Actually, I know just what you need to unwind. Take a scented bubble bath in that absolutely ridiculous-sized tub. I can see you want to. Humph. You think you're funny, don't you? I think I'll get a laugh out of you one of these days, Naltor. No need to hold it back. We humans have a saying that laughter is the best medicine. Here I was thinking you'd discovered antibiotics. Maybe you need our help. Ha! I like that spirit, Dustin chuckled. I placed my flippers on my beak with horror. I'm glad you do, because Naltor should not be throwing out sarcasm and disrespectful assertions. If that didn't translate. Then they throw me out the airlock, the Selmer general lamented. It'd be my lucky day. Nobody's getting thrown out any airlocks. There's enough space debris around Earth, Nulia quipped, and Naltor barely muffled his cackle with a flipper. Now, before we land, why don't we have a conversation about how you two will communicate? I squinted for a moment before landing on the obvious realization. With people who don't speak Vrit? I thought you had separate translator implants, though? We do. That's what we wanted to talk about. Naltor's brief glimmer of personality waned as Haliska grabbed what looked like a dart gun. The general flinched, finding himself worried once more about the aliens' intentions. I looked on with more curiosity, not sensing any threats within their behaviors. This must be linked to the translator somehow, so I could venture they wanted us to receive an implant. The Thufki seemed to be the one who was trained for the procedure. Despite how I couldn't imagine they would harm us, it looked painful. Something as sharp and pointy as that would be a tough sell to any Bissum. I'm not a fan of needles in general, though who really is, that piercing feeling after they pull apart your feathers to get to your skin. I want to be briefed on the risks and how it works before I go along with having that embedded in my neck. I know what you're thinking. That's the portable ones. The machine at the doctor's purposefully look much less aggressive, Dustin said. Before you freak out, Naltor, you don't have to. It's an option. The concise version is, the people on Earth won't speak your language. They'll be able to understand yours from our database, but you won't be able to hear theirs. I drew a deep breath. I believe what the aliens are saying is that if we go forward without this, it'll be a one-way conversation, or these three will have to be our messengers. We have audio translators that can spit out words in another language. It'd be inconvenient and slower, but you can have physical, external machines pass along words in Vrit, Nulia answered. Dustin pursed his lips. The translator implants provide a seamless conversion as you process the words you're hearing. Instantaneous. You'll be able to have it removed or turned off at any point. This isn't a permanent decision or one that presents any risks to your welfare. The procedure is quick and non-invasive. It's our recommendation for the best experience with the multitude of languages, foreign and human, that you'll encounter on Earth, Haliska added. All three of us have one. Naltor stared at the floor, face contorted in a grimace. You can't be asking me to stick alien technology right next to my brain. You outright said it messes with my brain. You could control me like a damn horror movie. That's not how that works. But if that was our intention, we could have done it by force, Dustin remarked. We only want to help you with this visit and all diplomatic interactions. Being able to understand our language means you won't be shut out from our broadcasts and data. You're trying to tell me it could be valuable to Lastman. And to FAI, I replied. For me, the opportunity to engage with aliens and their media is too great to pass on. It opens the door to watch their movies, listen to their songs, chat with them, everything about their culture at our flipper tips. Tassi, you're being reckless. Whatever you think of their intentions, it's untested on Bissums. I don't care. You can do what you want, Naltor, but I'm here to learn about them. I trust them. Please, just get it over with quickly, Haliska. The Thafki nodded, approaching me with caution. I noticed her nerves returning as she moved into close proximity to me. Was it a genuine concern in her mind that I might eat her if she drew too near? I wasn't sure how I'd ever wrap my mind around that. Perhaps I could take a look at historical records after receiving the implant and see how people from the time spoke about meat-eaters. I closed my eyes, blocking out the alarmed expression on Naltor's features. There was no telling what this would feel like and how it interfaced with my biology, but the risks were beyond worth it to me. Other FAI scientists would be envious of the position I'd been placed in. I just don't want to see it coming or have to brace for it. Sit still so I don't spook Hallie and have anything go awry. There was a strange electric sensation, as if something